Okay, so you're welcome to the second part of this box making tutorial. In the first part, we learned how to come about this. If you have not watched the beginning of this tutorial, the first part, the earlier one, it's titled How to Make a See-Through Flip Cover. You can search for it. If you are watching on YouTube, you can search that same title and find it on my channel. If you are watching on the Telegram class, it should be the A part of this video you are watching. So please make sure you arrange that correctly, right? And if you're watching on YouTube, seeing this video, and you're interested in learning how to make boxes from beginning to the end, I will encourage you to click the link in the description. That is the link to the Telegram video courses. It's worth 45,000 naira, but I am running a discount specifically for those who are watching using this video. So the link in the description is a discounted link, so click to see the whooping over 80% discount that I made specially for you. Please do that, hurry and do that, because the price will change anytime from now. So I will keep the link in this video at a discount rate because of the fact that not everybody will watch it as at the period it was released. But anytime you use that link, be sure that the price will not be 45,000. It will be way lesser. Just an opportunity for you to be able to join the class. Okay, having done that, let's move forward. We want to create the base that will be sitting on this flip cover and the partitions that will be inside it. And we have earlier listed materials: the straw board, the measuring tape, the scissors, the cutter, the industrial adhesive, and the steel roll, and the scraper, and the craft paper. I have a bigger size, and of course I have one that is bigger than that. Okay, so this is the full size. It's about 42 inches by 31 inches, and that's just all we need for now. Okay, there's one more paper I haven't shown you, the art paper. The art paper would be used to create the inner lining of the box. Okay, so let's get into it. We need a 10 by 10 by 3. That's length, breadth, and height for the base. So in order to create that, I have a video on the different methods of making conventional boxes. If you can search that video, whether on YouTube or on the Telegram class, you will find that video and you will discover the method that I am using has already been taught in that video. So please refer to that video to understand what I am doing at the moment. So, however, I will also be explaining and not just be quiet. I think teaching is more effective when the reason why every action is done is understood. So what I've just done is to cut a 10 inches breadth of straw board, and I will be demarcating 3 inches plus 10, that will be 13, plus 3, that will be 16. If you want to understand why I am demarcating, please refer to that video. I am doing that as a method of getting the right measurement of the box, while at the same time conserving the material of the straw board, instead of wasting it. There are several methods. There are up to 3 or 4 methods of arriving at a conventional box, but this particularly saves material and I use it a lot. Okay, so what I'm doing is trimming off the excess. I have 3 inches in 2 pieces, which has already saved me a lot of material already. So I will be taking this out here. Okay, so this is 3 inches, this is 3 inches, this is 10 inches, this is 3 inches, and they are all by breadth of 10 inches. Next thing is to add adhesive to this surface so that I can add the art paper, which will serve as the inner part of the box. You know that I need 4 sides to make a box. This is 1 side, 2 and 3. I need a 4th one, so which means I have to cut a separate straw board. Okay, you know that I will be needing 4 sides to make a square box. This is 1 side, 2 side, 3 sides. I need a 4th side, so I will be using another strip of straw board to get that 4th side. I need a width of 10 inches and cutting that out, and a height of 3 inches. So just ensuring that my straw board is in place. A width of 3 inches. Okay, now I have 4 sides required to deliver that that box. Okay, so next thing to do is to apply adhesive to the surface and to the inner part so that I can be able to achieve the box. So first I'm going to bring another piece of straw board to avoid staining the cotton mat further, and I'm going to bring in the scraper to apply the adhesive. First to the inner side. You need just a small quantity to start with. Just put a small quantity, don't put too much, so that you get to conserve the adhesive. Okay, I'm making sure that every part of the straw board, every nook and cranny, every inch, so to say, has some adhesive on it. This is essential to prevent air bubbles when you join paper and straw board together. Okay, good. And this small one, I will use the 2-inch scraper to apply just a small quantity and then spread it over. Okay, and just like I always say, do not forget to scrape the surface where you are working, especially when there is gum over it. This allows you to have to avoid gum stains when you place your paper on it. Right, so I bring in the art paper and I'm going to apply adhesive to the surface of this art paper now so that I can add the straw board to it. So just a little amount, spread evenly. Okay, and before you place it over it, scrape off this excess so that it doesn't stain the back of the paper. Okay, right, so having done that, I will now be adding the straw board that I already cut and already added adhesive to. Just aligning the edge and placing it carefully. Apply some pressure for it to join. And remember that I have an extra piece, so I will be adding that. And you notice that the adhesive is not enough, and I don't want it to have air bubbles, so I'm going to extend the adhesive and place this over here. All right, having done that, I can now trim the sides using my cutter. Trim off excess. Trim off the excess. And I can keep this for later use. And also trim this off. Alright. And this is what we have. The other side that will now be the inner part of the box now has a white cover over it. So I'm going over it with a towel to add pressure, which creates a stronger bond and between the paper and the straw board. Okay, having done this, we can now separate two parts. We can now separate the parts that will be at the side of. Separate the first two, completely sever it off. Okay. All right. But these remaining two, I want to have them still attached. So what I will do is to score it. Scoring means I'm just going to cut lightly. No pressure at all. Just cut lightly. Do not apply pressure so that you can be able to fold inward. This is also called die cutting. Okay. The same thing here. Just die cut. Okay, so that you can be able to fold inward, and the other guys will stay here, and we have a base formed. Okay, but that's not all because we need to add paper to the back. Okay, so because this will be sitting on this base, to be sitting here, there's no need to cover the under part. That's why I didn't cover this part too, because I'm just going to be attaching naked Scotch straw board to each other. So what I need to do is just this now is another method of making the boxes, which you would have to learn. I'm going to apply adhesive, but instead of attaching this paper, I'm just going to wrap around the edge and the base. I will explain as we continue to work together. So first, I'm going to get a masking tape and just form the box down. Okay, this is a masking tape, and I'm going to be just using small pieces of it and forming these joints. A single one is enough, but I like to add two just to make it stronger. Do the same at this edge. First, joining with your hand to make sure that they are aligned, then adding the tape to create that joint. Okay, and then this also to this side. Okay, I will put this here. attach. Also put this here and attach, and do the same here. Okay, and attach. Right, so having done that, what I now need is a wrapping paper that will go round this way, this way, this way, and finish here. You see, I need 41 inches to do that, or some 41.5 inches. It's 41.5. And what will be the width? The width will be an excess of 1, so that I can fold inside to cover this straw-board edge. So that's going to be 1 plus 3, that's 4, plus 1, that's 5. So I need 41 by 5. Unfortunately, the length of this black craft paper is 41. I'm going over this with the scissors to create a very firm bond. Sometimes, the papers are funny. Even after adding adhesive, they still open up, and you have to just reinforce that bond one final time for it to be permanent. Okay, so I'm going to put this away while I cut 41 by 5. Now, I don't necessarily have to cut 41 by 5 if my paper is not even up to 41. I have a length of paper that is not up to, so I can just cut this length twice. I can just cut whatever length I have here twice and wrap around. Wherever it stops, I continue, and it's joining and it's effective, especially when you don't have enough materials to cover up. So let's use a piece of straw board first to apply adhesive all around the sides before we cut the paper. Okay, so going over it gradually. And to the other side. Careful, do not allow the adhesive to slip inside so that you don't mess up the white part. Okay, at this point I can no longer put it on the table because there's adhesive on the under part, and that will mess up the cotton mat. So I have to keep it hanging in the hair, and when I need to take more, I drop it flat on the surface, pick it up again, and go over it gradually. Okay, and put it flat on the ground. Now I can bring in this extra straw board and place it underneath. Then scoop more gum, flip this over, and just add to the base. Okay. There's no harm in adding everywhere on the base. I'm just focusing on where I need for now. If I have excess, of course, which I do now, I'll just go over, and for now I don't need to make sure that it's everywhere until I'm done wrapping around and ready to attach to the flip itself. Then with that being done, I can put this away and cut now 5 inches. 5 inches. This is me making a 5-inch line. 5-inch. Okay. And 5-inch. And I'll be joining these together, but not with a pen, with a cutter. Joining together. There we are. Okay. I have made this strip, and remember we need 41 inches, so of course this won't be enough. This is 29.5, so I have to cut another. An easy way you can also cut is to fold the paper. Okay, this is easy and fast, and you can just keep sliding till you get 5-inch. Then you hold it on and ensure that the edge aligns with the one inside. You do the same up until this point. Push it in till it aligns. Okay, and just follow it back again to that edge. And instead of drawing a line, look, you have already created 5-inch without drawing the line, and you can follow through with the scissors to cut. Okay. Good. So having made these 2 strips, we can now begin to join after we have added adhesive, of course, to both ends. So we're going to, and then one more thing that's important to do is to fold a 1-inch offset. 1 inch. The reason is so that we can get an even infold. You will understand what I mean by that when we get to that part. But for now, just note that you will make a 1-inch fold all round. 1-inch fold. Okay. 1 inch. Also on the other one, because we're going to be joining this to it. 1 inch. So it's 1 inch. 1 inch all round. Okay. After which we can now add adhesive inside. Okay. Okay. Carefully spread it. Make sure that it's evenly spread. Make sure it's evenly spread. And when you have excesses on the paper, lift it up. You see it's already moving to the back. Adhesive can be very funny. Sneaky. Just scrape over this, and you have a gum-free surface again. And then you can continue to spread evenly across. Spread evenly. Spread evenly across. Right. And now we can attach the first part to it. This is where the 1-inch offset makes sense. You will discover that this infold goes in, so there is a need for it to offset, so that you can be able to get an even fold when doing that inside. So first I'm going to start with the edge, a very small part. This is to hide the beginning of the folding so that you can't tell where I started from after I finished making the box. So this is one of the professional hacks you need to know while making boxes. So now after I've done that, I now need to turn the box, to where I can be able to see the 1 inch offset, making sure that it is working throughout. So first, you can see this is the 1 inch where I folded. So I'm going to just use the edge of the box to follow that guideline and turn it and make sure it aligns to that guideline. Good. Okay. Whatever excess is left at the back goes underneath the box. Okay. And the same thing for what's left. 1 inch. And so you can see that I have, so it's not up to 41, so I've been able to just only get that far. So and then I will pick the piece of cloth and add pressure, add pressure, add pressure under it, add pressure, add pressure. This is to create a smooth bond. This is also to create to avoid air bubbles. You eliminate air bubbles. Okay, here we are. Okay, so let's add adhesive to the other one so that we can complete our cycle there. So this is all I need. This is what I need. Beginning from here, okay, to this point. So I'm just going to make a fold there so that I can cut away the excess. Okay, so this is just the amount that is needed, and I will apply adhesive and join it together. Okay, it's also important to note that this side is new, it's a new surface, and because we'll be pulling the extension over it, it's important that this side also has adhesive on it. Okay, and you can apply adhesive again over the edge, over the body, just to refresh the strength of the gum. Be careful not to go beyond this line because you will be joining them here. Okay, so moving on, I'm going to scrape over this excess so that it doesn't spoil or mess up the craft paper on the work surface. Right. Okay, so beginning from here, join together. Okay, and pull directly over, or you make it flat so you can see the line, and then pull this in. See, perfect. And then you can go over it again with the cloth to make a firm grip. Good. And now we can begin to fold inwards. First, we have to separate all the edges using the scissors. Separate all the edges using the scissors. Separate all the edges using the scissors. Separate all edges using the scissors. Then go over the inner part of the box not more than 1 inch, because what we folded as the infold is not more than 1 inch. We're going to go over it just slightly, this very slight, very light, very light. You see that? Just creating a landing surface for this, and then you can fold it inward and see it comes out fine. Okay, so we do the same thing all around. Okay, having done that, now we are going to also trim off the edge at the bottom, and we are going to attach the paper just the way we have done. You remember that we have already gone around, but it's safe to still go over it again just to refresh the bond. Okay, and then we pull gently but firmly, and then go over it with the scissors. Also pull. Okay, you notice that a new surface is underneath, so that part needs adhesive to be able to sit over it. Okay, here we go. And this is a new surface, so put adhesive and pull over. That's a new surface there. Add adhesive. Also, this place is a new surface. Add adhesive and pull over. Okay. Okay. So all of that has been done, and the next thing will be to attach this base to the flip cover. So first I'm going to go over again. Yes, going over again enforces and reinforces the strength of the gum. You don't want your clients returning boxes to you because or sending you videos of parts opening and all of that. So in order to avoid it, just take the pain of going over it again to ensure that it is strong enough. Okay, then also this part will also need some adhesive. Pulling over, and don't forget there's an allowance of 0.5, so just gauge with your eyes and don't go to the end or the extreme of it. This also has a 0.5, so it's important that you take note of it. Okay, right, then this is ready to be placed here. Okay, bearing in mind that the fold at the back is what is most important. It must be in line with the struggle at the back. And then one can apply some pressure using a piece of cloth, or you can turn the box over and apply pressure using the handle of the scissors. That's what I'm doing. Okay, it makes it stronger. And look, we have our box sitting nice and pretty. Okay. Okay. So that being done, we can now apply adhesive to these two surfaces so that we can join them together. And when the box opens, it just opens this far and closes back again. So let's do that quickly. Okay, so let's flip this. Let's make the box sit sideways so that we can apply adhesive to both sides. Okay, it's also not compulsory to have the craft paper wrapping all four sides. You can just make it wrap 3 sides and create an infold at the back, so that since this part is going to be joined anyways, you can conserve some paper that way. So it's okay if you don't have all 4 sides wrapped. Okay, so having applied to both sides, I can now join them together while pulling this as hard as you can. Pulling, you have to pull upwards and join. Pull upwards and join. This allows the cover to stretch, and then you go over it with a piece of cloth, apply some pressure. Okay, and this closes well. Look, we have our box ready. Ready. Here we go. Look at that. Sitting pretty. Quite alright. Okay, so there may be some instances like I'm having now. It looks like you're having holes in between and all of that. That will not be a problem. All you just need to do is place another object or flat base that is a little bit wider or thicker, and then just place it on it. After a while, you lift it up, you find out that the cover sits pretty by itself. Those are after production things that keeps the box very hard and sturdy. Okay, so we have done this part. The next part will be in the next video on how to partition the box into different segments. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for joining. God bless you.